That's what our people have done. I'm going to read verse 3 again. He that killeth an ox, as if he slew a man. He that sacrificeth a lamb, as if he cut off a dog's neck. He that offereth an oblation, which is an offering, as if he offered swine's blood. He that burneth incense, as if he blessed an idol. Yea, they have chosen their own ways, and their soul delighteth in their abomination. That's what our people have done. They want to come, you know what I'm saying, when they start grilling and cooking out, they're going to tell me, oh Lord, bless all this food, and then he's not finna do that. He's not, he despised your, you know what I'm saying, your solemn assemblies, and he will not take, according to the scripture, just roughly paraphrase, he don't like your days of solemn assembly. He don't like these holidays. He's not going to take pleasure in the offerings, you know what I'm saying, that you are offering up and praying over this food. He's not going to take pleasure in it. But our people, they're going to do these things. They're going to make sacrifices and do all this stuff, you know what I'm saying, because they have chosen their own way. And that's, you know what I'm saying, and they're so delighted in these abominable things. They are people that so delighted in celebrating these wicked pagan holidays. You know what I'm saying? Verse 4 and 5 is, you know what I'm saying, is my point. I will also choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them, because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before mine eyes, and chose that which I delighted not. And that's what's happened to our people. The Heavenly Father have chosen their delusions. He has put it on them to celebrate these holidays. He chose their delusions. So our people believe in the off-the-wall, whack, foolishness, you know what I'm saying, crazy stuff. The Heavenly Father chose that for them. Why? Because when he was calling out and he was trying to show them the way, they did not hearken. And they didn't want to follow. And they delighted in the things that the Heavenly Father did not like. They chose to do those things that he delighted not in, which is the worship of idols, graven images, eating abominable foods, unnatural behavior. Verse 5, hear the word of the Lord, Yahweh, ye that tremble at his word. Your brethren that hated you, that cast you out for my name's sake, let the Lord Yahweh be glorified, but he shall appear to your joy, and they shall be ashamed. And this is for the brothers that's really believing in this, that's believing in the truth and walking in sincerity. You know what I'm saying? The Heavenly Father, it's going to come a time where they're going to be put to shame. 2/3 of our people, Yasharallah, you know, for doing these things that they have done. And they're going to see what you was telling them and what you were trying to tell them was the truth. And they're going to be ashamed, man. They're going to find out, oh, man, old cuz was telling who, old bro was telling the truth. You know, old nephew was, they're going to find out. Oh, my son, he really was, they're going to find out. They're going to find out all that. They're going to be put to shame when they find out the truth. This is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 11. He says, have the nation changed their powers, which are no gods, which are no powers. I'm going to read it again. Have the nation changed their gods, to which are, you know what I'm saying, which are yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which does not profit. You know, our people have changed, you know, their God to gods that are no gods. You know, they have changed their glory to something that does not profit. Going and dabbling in these customs. As a matter of fact, go to Jeremiah chapter 10, because our people don't understand that they ain't supposed to be doing this crap. This is Jeremiah chapter 10. Hear ye the word which the Lord Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be dismayed, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Don't learn the way of the heathen. The heathen, the so-called white man, he is a heathen. He came up with all these different days and all these different so-called holidays, which is really holidays, to celebrate and to worship on. You know what I'm saying? Every last one of these days has a graven image and or deity, a pagan image to back it up. And our people don't even know that they worshiping idols. And then don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Don't be tripping when you see chariots. Don't be tripping, you know what I'm saying, when you see certain things happening. Verse 3, for the customs of the people are vain, For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with an axe. Now, this is talking about the so-called another pagan holiday, which is so-called Christmas. Talking about the Christmas tree, which the Christmas tree represents a man's rod. But you know, our people ain't gonna do the research to find out the truth. But nonetheless, the main thing is, go not in the way of the heathen. Don't do what the heathen do. Don't learn none of the ways of the heathen. Verse 4, I'm going to just read verse 4. Anyways, this is, they deck it with silver and gold, and they fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. And that's, and you know, that's the same thing with these false deities. They dress them up, they make them look good, and they fasten them in place. And then people got to go to a building to worship this deity. This deity can't see, it can't hear, it can't go, it can't do nothing, breathe, none of that. But you know, our people, they love to worship these idols. And the days of these idols in which these idols are celebrated. Verse 5, they are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good. These fake deities and all these pagan holidays, what you fearing them for? They ain't gonna do good. They can't do nothing. These deities can't do nothing. They can't deliver you. They're not gonna stop martial law. They're not gonna stop these missiles. They're not gonna stop the RFID chip. They're not gonna stop none of that. They're not gonna deliver Yasharala. They're not gonna do none of that. They can't, because they're works of wood, rock, and stone, metal. This is verse. I'm gonna just jump down to verse 8. But they are altogether brutish and foolish. The stock is a doctrine of vanities. And he's worshiping these false holidays and going off, you know what I'm saying, according to scripture, going off, because our people do go off. They worshiping these holidays and all this stuff, believing and celebrating. These are the stocks of vanity. They are brutish, and they're the stocks of vanity. They're stocks of uselessness. They don't profit nothing. You know, you can't tell our people that, though. They're going to celebrate, and they're going to grill their nasty, disgusting pork and all that other stuff. This is verse, Salaka, this is Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children. They have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but, you know what I'm saying, to do good, they have no knowledge. See, our people are foolish. They are sottish. Sottish means stupid. Our people are stupid. They don't know, and they don't get the understanding. They don't have the understanding that in the so-called 1776, the so-called, you know what I'm saying, Independence Day, they were still in slavery. And then when our people was offered, you know, to be freed by the so-called British, that, you know what I'm saying, they went and fought for the British, and guess what? They were still in slavery. It was actually, some of them was actually in a worse position than they was when they was here, over here, in the so-called America. So even when they left here and went over there to the British, they were still in slavery. Esau was still over them. And on our people, they wise to do, you know what I'm saying, to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. It's Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 7. How shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children have forsaken me, and sworn by them that are no gods. When I had fed them to the full, then they committed adultery and assembled themselves by troops in the harlot houses. Verse 8, they were as fed horses in the morning. Everyone neighed after his neighbor's wife. How shall he pardon these people? The Heavenly Father asking that, should I pardon them? Our people, my children have forsaken me. They have sworn by them that are no gods. These graven images and these pagan holidays that they celebrate and worship. When the Heavenly Father, he says, when I fed them full, they committed adultery. What did they commit? How do you commit adultery? That was spiritual adultery, going after these other false deities, pagans, and gods. You know, they assemble themselves by troops in the harlot houses, that is so-called churches, because they assemble themselves in troops. A troop is a gathering of men or people. So they were as fed horses in the morning. Everyone neighed after his wife. Everyone went after his wife. They disobeyed the Heavenly Father. Our people don't have no pleasure in obedience. This is Proverbs chapter 14. Verse 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. And our people, this seem right to them, but the end of their ways are death. They're going to be destroyed for being disobedient to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, for not following the law, statutes, commandments. The law is not done away with, and according to Romans, as long as you live, you are under the law. Verse 15 of Proverbs chapter 14. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. Our people believe everything. But a prudent man, a wise man, gonna look and find out and see what's going on. But our people, they don't do that. But the Heavenly Father has shut their eyes and closed their hearts so that they could not see in their hearts, so they cannot understand what's really going on. They don't understand it. They were still in slavery then, 1776. When the battle really started in 1775 and went to 1776, the so-called Negro, they were still in slavery. Our people were still enslaved, and they're still enslaved right now. The chains, again, they're just not physical no more. This is Jeremiah. Salakia. I'm in Isaiah. I meant to go to Jeremiah. There we go. This is Jeremiah chapter 11. I'm going to start at verse 1. The word that came to Jeremiah, Salakia, from the Lord Yahweh, saying, Hear ye the words of this covenant, and speak unto the men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and say thou unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, God of Israel, Cursed be the man that obeyeth not the words of this covenant. The Heavenly Father saying, Cursed be the man that obeyeth not the words of his covenant. His covenant is the law, his statutes, his commandments. Cursed be that man. Verse 4. Which I commanded your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, from the iron furnace, saying, Obey my voice, and do them according to all which I command you. So shall ye be my people, and I will be your God. If I say, do what I tell you to do. I brought you out of Egypt to follow my voice. Obey me. Our people, they not going to do it. They just not going to do it. They don't do it. Verse 5, that I may perform the oath which I have sworn unto your fathers, to give them a land flowing with milk and honey, as it is this day. Then answered I and said, So be it, O Yahweh. This is Jeremiah talking to the Lord. Verse 6, Then the Lord Yahweh said unto me, Proclaim all these words in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, saying, Hear ye the words of this covenant, and do them. For I earnestly protested unto your fathers in the day that I brought them up out of the land of Egypt, even unto this day, rising early and protesting, saying, Obey my voice. The Heavenly Father brought our people up out of the land of Egypt, brought our people up out of bondage, sent men to deliver them. Ehud, Moses, Joshua led them into the promised land. They gave no heed. And our people are like that right now. Still like that right now. Verse 8. Yet they obeyed not, nor inclined their ear, but walked everyone in the imagination of their evil heart. Therefore I will bring upon them all the words of this covenant, which I commanded them to do, but they did not do them. And that's the Heavenly Father saying, because you was disobedient to my law, my statutes, and my commandments, everything that I said is going to happen to you according to my word is going to happen to you. He's going to allow it to happen. And to this day, our people are suffering. The Heavenly Father has been kicking our people behind for a long time. So this was just a quick little lesson, on the 4th of July thing. Because, our people, they celebrating a day that don't even concern them. They wasn't fighting for independence of the United Kingdom. They were already enslaved here. Our people don't get it. Jake don't get it. And he ain't gonna get it because the Heavenly Father done shut his eyes and closed up his heart so that he can't get it. Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And that destruction is gonna eventually it's gonna spill over into a physical destruction. Shalom.